Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. We are here to talk about that Chelsea versus Newcastle preview, 2 hours away from kickoff. What we're going to do and how we're going to schedule today's show is we're going to be starting off half hour talking about all the up-to-date news in regards to Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, new owners, etc., etc. Then we're going to jump into the preview of Chelsea Newcastle, do a little bit of insight in their history of games between each other, quickly do our predicted 11, and then at 1 o'clock we will be going through the team news, the team lineup, the actual confirmed team lineup for the kickoff as well. Get you guys involved, get your thoughts and opinion as well. Open the lines, and we'll probably be here for about an hour and 40 to 45 minutes, so 15 minutes before kickoff. We will be up until, so make sure you stay tuned with GNA TV. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. We need to do that. We've got to get them likes up. Let's share that. Let's get more people involved in the show today. New subscribers would be great. We're on our road to 5K as well. So if you are new, please subscribe to GNA TV. So much to talk about in the space of an hour and 40 to 45 minutes. But before we move forward, let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. And guess what day it is today? Guess what day it is today?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is match day. Match day. Chelsea versus Newcastle. Newcastle are in great form, by the way. They've won their last, I think in the last 6 games, they've won 5 and drawn 1. They're in absolutely great form. We are going to talk about that preview. We're going to talk about that game in about half hour's time. We're going to do our predicted lineups before the team news comes out as well. And then we're going to compare and see who the actual lineup is. Bring that up, open up the lines, get you guys involved as well. There's going to be so much to be talking around today. Make sure that you stay tuned with GNA TV. Big up to Owain in the house. TJ Artist as well. He's here and ready. Top Bins, as always, is here. Do you think Saudi media buying Chelsea is real or fake? I think they're a part of a potential deal that could happen, yes. Do I think there's any front runners? Not yet. We're going to give 25, 30 minutes to this news first, and then we'll do the preview if for people that are new are coming in. Big up to Undertaker CFC. AW Designer says, yo, up the Chelsea, man. Up the Chelsea. Big up banging Gem. And chat, we're at war, declared war. We are literally at war. As usual, guys, it is us against the world. It's Chelsea Football Club against the world. Vinny, big up to you as well. We've got a donation from PJ Artist already. Big up to him. He says, make masking tape on my free logo. Need to get a Club World badge on it and even get that. I can't even get that. I know it's frustrating. They sold out of them pretty quickly. If we lose our sponsor, it'd be lovely just to have one big World Cup badge on it. Do you know what I mean? That would be sick. But again, thank you for the donation, guys. If you want to donate to the channel, please do so. It does help us move in the right direction. Big up to Nick Toller as well. This is, ladies and gentlemen, it is match day. Big up to Nick as well. It's nice to see you, man. Been a while. Big up to Sosa. We will take Kante and Rudiger in your dreams. Trippier, key to Newcastle's recent success. He's a baller. That is true, ads. That is true. I'll be in my normal seat, as what Fator says. Fator is at the game today, so big up to him. Trippier and Joe can't tell the difference. Your CFC shirts. Yeah, mate. This is how I roll with my CFC shirts now, bro. This is how listen, I'm going to the Brentford game. This is how I'm going to wear my shirts from now on until we get clarification. They want to suspend us. I will suspend them. I will suspend them. But anyway, guys, before we get into anything more, make sure you smash the likes. Over 30 of you here already. Let's start talking about Chelsea. Let's talk about the Roman Abramovich situation and the sale, where Chelsea stand with the government. We're going to spend 25 minutes on that, going through some of the tweets that we have seen recently and just discussing them. And then we're going into the match preview in about half hour's time. So Breaking news. Roman Abramovich has been disqualified by the Premier League from being a director of Chelsea after government sanctions. I mean, he's disqualified anyway. So by the Premier League disqualifying him from being a director when the government's already forced him to pretty much sell Chelsea, to freeze his funds, to punish Chelsea more than they should be. Let's get it right. I've been saying it all over social media that some of the things that the government's decided to do it don't make sense. It doesn't look like it's to punish Abramovich. It looks like it's to punish Chelsea Football Club. And this is why Chelsea fans are slightly annoyed because how are we meant to trade like the government said and do normal things like the government said if they're going to keep effing us over, i.e. freezing credit cards, freezing the Chelsea funds, freezing this, stopping that. And this is why Chelsea Football Club have contested it. They're basically saying, are you trying to shut us down or are you trying to work with us? Because at the moment, everything that you're doing is pretty much making us have to close doors short term. And this thing of Roman Abramovich not being, this thing of Roman Abramovich not being I know it had been disqualified as a director. It didn't mean much to me. It didn't mean much. But we're going to fly through these. Where are we? Yes. So following the imposition of sanctions by UK, the Premier League board I don't care. We've read this in full. And then Chelsea, as we already know, which we did speak on it, also contested one of the clauses under the statement that the government put forward to Chelsea Football Club was basically, why does it keep doing that? My phone's driving me mad today. It was basically that we were capped to $500,000 per game. Chelsea Football Club deemed that to be too low. Chelsea Football Club decided to approach the government with their financials, an idea of how much is going out of the football club so that they can understand. And this is the thing. The government doesn't understand the industry well enough to just be giving caps like they did. So when they brought out these rules originally about our football club, and capped us to 20k for traveling costs and $500,000 for match days, they were just figures that they made up in the air. It's like they had a load of politicians just sitting in the room and going, okay, so what should we do? Should we just we'll put that in and we'll put that in for now? It was never going to be set in stone. That's what I said to you guys. It's never going to be set in stone. Chelsea are going to contest so much of the things that have been put forward by the government. And this, $500,000 thing was a joke. Chelsea did contest it. Chelsea did go back to the government. And there was a tweet that basically said that when Chelsea basically opened up their statements and whatever to show how much it costs for an individual match day at Chelsea, it was in the regions of around £700,000 to £1 million. This is why the government have decided to increase the club spend on match days from $500,000 to £900,000 to host games at Stamford Bridge. And this is why I said to you guys, them not doing that with us, and them not doing that would have just closed us off. That would have made it look like that there was an agenda against us. Because I still feel, as much as that we've been punished or Roman's been punished for everything that's happened, I do feel that we've been dragged into the politics. I do. And I'm not going to hide by saying it. I don't condone anything that Russia's done. I don't condone anything that Roman Abramovich is linked to in regards to Putin. I don't condone it if it's true. But in terms of dragging this football club into it, which they've brought their politics into it, and some of the things that they've been doing since the day that they sanctioned us, it's become more of a Chelsea thing for me than an actual Ukraine thing. Do you think the people of Ukraine are sitting there watching English news and realizing that the government have banned Chelsea and that's a victory? Yay! They banned Chelsea. That's really good. That really helped us, that one. Some of the things that they're doing is just utterly weird. I'm going to be honest with you. I find it utterly weird. I understand why the sanctions are there, and I fully understand why they're frozen. I have no issues with that, even though they still haven't proven it. Mostly, when you actually read the statement, a lot of what they are contesting that he is involved in is may. It's not, evidence. It's just may. They still have to prove that against him. But that was always going to happen with Roman Abramovich, especially in what was going on. But to then just punish the club directly for everything as well, You know, this is a cultural football club. This is a British football club. You're punishing your own stadium, your own cultural, you know, your own cultural thing. I don't know. I found some of the things very, very weird. Big up to everyone in the chat, though. Smash the like button. Over 65 of you here right now. Make sure that you subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. Big up to Sosa and Noah as well. Athan, nice to see you in the chat. He says we get that Saudi money. We're going to get to that soon. PJ Artist, big up to you as well. I hope you're well. We're going to be talking about Chelsea Newcastle preview in about 20 minutes time, guys. That's going to be the next thing that we're going to be going through. So make sure you stay tuned. We're also going to be going through that confirmed team lineup for the game today. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. I'll open up the lines for 40 minutes after we've got that to allow you guys to have your thoughts and opinions and how you feel we can win this game today. Lots to talk about. So stay tuned. Facts Gem, they're lining up the round block to kick us while we're down. Yeah, it feels like it. Feels like it. Even the likes of people like Rio Ferdinand have come out and basically said that we've been, in many ways, it's not a Russia-Ukraine thing anymore. It's literally to abuse Chelsea Football Club. It's a reason to make a statement on them, which just doesn't make any sense for me. Anyway, big up to Matt in the house as well. We move on. We are open to sell, and then so then we hear that obviously that the government are open to selling the club, which is fine. I'm just going to try and fly through this because there's so much. And then we were told that there was in terms of owners, that there was Jonathan Goldstein, a London-based property investor and developer, is part of the consortium led by the LA Dodgers backer Todd Bowley. So he was I think from what I understand, it was two of them, obviously Vice and Todd, and they bought on this guy who is actually a football fan, lives in London, a developer. Makes sense when Chelsea are trying to build a stadium. But the guy that they bought on is a fan of Tottenham Football Club. This guy supports Tottenham Football Club. Not to say that he's going to tarnish us, but because he's obviously agreeing to contribute to the money. But this guy supports blimmin' Tottenham. I don't want this guy. I don't want anyone that supports any other team. Would you take Salah back to Chelsea? Not even worth talking about now, to be honest, with the things that are going on with Chelsea. But no is the answer to that. The discussions, Todd Bowley, the negotiating final backers. I'm not going to read some of this stuff. I'm just flying through it because it's. And then all of a sudden, this came up. Saudi media bid to buy Chelsea includes plans of redeveloped stadium at Stamford Bridge, renew contracts of key players, including Antonio Rudiger, invested heavily in the men's and women's and academy team. Now, this Saudi Media Group, who are they? Well, you'll probably ask, who is Saudi Media Group? Now, Saudi Media Group are a company, a brand, that don't actually have an owner. So there's not a single partner that owns Saudi Media. It's a number of partners, should we say, or different individuals that are tied into this company. I know that they own a stadium, if I'm right. I don't want to talk too much about it. I think it might be Al Nazar's off the top of my head, or Al Hilal's, can't remember. Didn't read into it too much. But they're, you know, the plans are that they're interested. And you read some of the things that they're willing to do. The development of Stamford Bridge, huge. For us as a fan base, for us to grow globally as a brand, we need that stadium. We need that stadium. And I love Stamford Bridge. I do. I know people like Rory Jennings and other individuals that have came on YouTube have come out and, you know, basically said that Roman tried to dig it up and you can't move us. And, you know, this is our... But you need to look in the long run, not only for branding, but for growth. And yes, we do need a bigger stadium. It is so hard to get a ticket at Chelsea Football Club with the current status that we currently face ourselves upon. You know, it's hard. Now, I do want us to stay in the same area if we can, but it's very congested. I understand that it's very hard to get shop owners out, to get, you know, people that live in their homes out. You know, all these things are issues. Do you know what I mean? And obviously the council are also looking into it heavily and saying, you know, maybe we can't do that, or, you know, or we're not allowed to do that, should we say. But if this is true, then this is good, because the one thing that we kind of know about Saudi owners is that they do heavily invest in teams. They do try and keep them competitive. You know, they do try and keep them competitive. They might not have the emotional connection, but from a financial standpoint, you know what you're getting with someone that's from there. You know that, you know, and especially if it's a media group, which is different. It's not even partners or individuals. This is a media company. You know, there's a lot tied to this, and I think there's more that we can go through. Obviously, the talks about Rudiger's contract is big for me. Actually tying him down tells me that they're actually willing to give him what he wants. You know, so you bring in someone like that, they will pay it. You know, Aspilicueta as well, they don't want him to leave by the sounds, even though I still think he might do. They're going to heavily invest into the men's team. So whoever's the recruitment of the team, whoever's responsible for the ins and outs at that point, if it's Marina or not, will have a lot of backing by the sounds of it, which is good. That's what we want to hear. You know, it's not doom and gloom anymore. And then we hear a certain individual, Mohammed Al-Khelji, who runs Saudi Media Group as a CEO or a parent company, which is what I was saying to you guys earlier, Engineer Holding Group, is spearheading the bid for Chelsea. He's a Chelsea fan and his children are too, so he's keen to acquire the club. Now, there's been images of this guy. And when you look at his net worth, it ain't actually that high. But in terms of being a part of this Saudi media group, like I keep saying to you guys, and having other entities and partnerships that are linked to this group, is where and why this media company, that Saudi media company that's set up, is so big. So, you know, yes, it's great. I like the idea that he has that emotional connection. That means that we might actually find someone that will care about the football club, especially if his kids and him have supported it for a very long time. There's been images of him at the football stadium, etc., etc. So, you know, that's great. That's great news. Do I think, I keep saying this, do I think there's any front runners to this? No, I don't think there's any front runners. I don't think there's any leaders, shall I say, to who's going to win this. There might be, but I don't think there is. I think there's just a load of people that are inquiring, that have issued bids to Rain Group, and they will be reviewed themselves. And I still think Roman Abramovich will have some sort of say or involvement in what happens. If I'm not, sorry guys, if I'm not reading the chat, it's just because I'm trying to get through everything, because we've still got to go through the Newcastle preview straight after this, and then the team news at 1 p.m. on GNA TV as well. We'll be going through the team lineups for the game that kicks off at 2 o'clock. If he's spun that good, no, it's good to us. If we have 90k capacity stadium, then the ticket prices will be affordable. Exactly, Ray. Exactly. Rory is a passion merchant. We are here to compete with Europe's elite. Exactly. I agree. Dragon, just when they upgrade Chelsea, I will. We must be talking with each other. All right, cool. Let's move, because we have to move thick and fast. There's so much to go through. Now, Chelsea have discouraged politically sensitive parties from bidding from the club, but Saudi media does not believe it falls into that category. They are on an entirely private entity with no direct ties to a particular ruler of government, i.e. royal family of Saudi. So, you know, that in itself is good for us, you know, in the long run. I'm talking about if any conflict happens again and we have the same issues that we have with Roman Abramovich. We don't want that. And then we had this come up. Hyundai has suspended marketing and communications and activities with Chelsea. So they've decided to go down the same route as Free. Fair enough. Suspended. Cancelling and suspending is two different things. Suspended means that they don't want their logo on our kits until new owners come in, and then negotiations can then proceed. But what they don't realise, these Hyundais and these Frees, is that if Saudi Media Group, out of all of the owners or groups, is picked to take over Chelsea Football Club, I don't think they're going to acquire these guys. I think they will go and attack more bigger and larger contracts, sponsoring contracts, than what we've got currently at the moment. So I think part of why maybe a Saudi media group would be interested in buying Chelsea Football Club is because they already have very good ties with some of the elite sponsors across the world. They already have ties with elite sponsors across the world. So for them, coming into a football club and being able to maybe rebrand it going into next season, or maybe even could be till the end of this season, depending on when they take over, I think is a selling point for Saudi Media Group and why they would be interested in something like this. Maybe not so much Todd Bowley and Nick Candy, for example, who we're going to talk about a bit later, because maybe they would, if they took over, they would just renegotiate with these and continue it. Who knows? But in terms of Saudi Media Group, they have a lot of top sponsorings, bigger than these guys, that could potentially be assigned to Chelsea Football Club and grow us globally even more. And that is the difference here. So I am not really annoyed when they say, "Oh, Hyundai and Free have not," but fine. That's their. They've chose to do that. That's fine. I don't really care. Don't affect me. Really don't. I'll just do what I did behind. There you go. That's what I'll do. Guys, make sure we're getting them likes up. Over 120 of you here. But I think we've only got about 20 odd likes now, and it's 37 likes. Everyone smash that like button now. How quick can we get this up to 100 likes today? Get this up to 100 likes as quickly as possible if you can. And get this up to 100 likes if you think Chelsea are going to win today. There you go. If you think Chelsea are going to win today, hit that like button now. Hit that like button now. Big up to Joey Boy as well. Blue Lounge is here as well. Moses, hit the likes for Chelsea win today. There it is. He said it straight up. Hit them likes now, guys. How quickly can we get them likes up? Athan, the reviews Chelsea fans left. I know, I see them. I ain't going to talk about them because it's funny, but leaving them with such bad star ratings is classic. Hold that. You know what I mean? Don't mess with Chelsea Football Club, bruv. This is what happens when you come up against Chelsea Football Club. We will ruin your life. We will ruin your life free and Hyundai. Don't get me wrong, they're huge companies anyway and entities, but still, it is what it is. Where are we? All right, I'm having to quickly look at time because we are against time today, and I need to get through everything I possibly can. So, look, there we go. Just talking about it earlier. Saudi media group are confident that they can secure a bigger and better agreement for the Blues after Free suspending the deal. You know why? Exactly how I explained it. Because they believe that they can offer a bigger and better sponsorship. So for them, if they take over, they might even kick Free out. They may give them to the end of the year and say, we don't want to renew it. We don't want to renew at the end of the year. We're going to kick you. Or we'll kick you now and we'll just get on with our sponsorings anyway because they've got the contacts. This is why it's another reason why someone like Saudi Media Group are interested. It's their opportunity to have their, just to get involved and be able to offer Chelsea maybe something better than what we are currently having at the moment. Maybe they think there's better out there that they can offer, so that's interesting. Should Saudi media's bid for Chelsea prove successful, they would also set up academies in the region and use the women's team to change perception of how sport is perceived. Great news again. Now, I am very proof is in the pud. Like, I don't always believe everything that I read. So even though all these things are sounding good, and I'm not saying these are considered as lying, there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out from now until the owner, or whoever the new owner is, signs upon. And these are all good things and intentions are great. But this is why I say it's important that whoever does eventually take over the football club, I don't only just look at the short-term picture. Now, short-term, to get the fans on side, what would you do as an owner? You'd go out and you'd go and buy players. You'd go and, buy the players that the football club needs, keeps us strong. That's the most important thing. That will make all of Chelsea fans happy. Then you maybe add your inputs on sponsorings and do other bits in there. So the short-term picture may look good and we all might be like, yay, that looks really good. But for me, it's the long-term image. It's seeing where we are 2-3 years down the line. Where will we be? Will they still have the same hunger? The intention's pure. Are they still there? Are they still backing the manager? Is Tuchel being backed? Is he being left in the mud? These are things that we can't judge now. The short-term thing, I imagine them to just. It doesn't matter who comes in. I imagine them to back. I do. I think that's the first thing they're going to do to try and get fans on the side. You just got to use a bit of this. It's common sense. But we'll have to see. Now we go 3-0 today. Big up to Football United TV as well. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. First action for the new owner should be to end contracts with sponsors and also renew contracts. Maybe like the Rudigers, for example. We know Christensen's leaving already, but tie down some of the people we need to. N'Golo Kante as well. Daniel, big up to you. I'm backing whoever has the right intentions for this football club. I keep telling you guys, if it's the Americans, if it's the Saudis, whoever comes in, and it sounds good from the Saudis, don't get me wrong. All of this news sounds great in terms of what they're going to bring. But for me, the proof's in the pud, and it's all about intentions being pure. And I do think Roman Abramovich will have the best interests of this football club to hand. So, yeah, I think I'm hoping that we get the right owners. We move from this on to... I'm not going to read any of the Thomas Tuchel comments because we don't need to. What has disgusted me, and I'm going to really touch on it very quickly because it winds me up, yeah? We're on Chelsea. Were on Saturday pleading with the government to lift the ban on them signing players or extending contract. Amit fears it could leave them with a major defensive crisis next season. So again, like the government said when they first bring out the sanctions, they said we will keep Chelsea Football Club competitive. We will give them the options. We will give them what they need to do their everyday trading. What do they do a day later? They freeze our accounts. They stop us from doing any negotiations of contracts for players in-house. Yeah. They don't allow us to negotiate the potentials of any new ones coming in. So everything's been installed. They don't have a fucking clue. I don't think they have a clue. They're not in the industry anyway. Yeah. And they're just making rules up as they go along, this government. They generally are. And then you hear idiots like this. And I'm actually getting really fed up with the Telegraph, to be honest. Some of the shit that I've read from them, the general shit that they've come out of recently. Whitehall source. No chance of Chelsea being allowed to carry on as normal. They got to live in the real world, but people are getting bombed and losing their lives in another country. Oh, yeah. And that is Chelsea Football Club's fault, isn't it? I forgot it was Chelsea Football Club that's bombing everyone in Ukraine. But these guys' thinking is so backwards. This country and government and it's politics. I want to talk about politics. Politics, government. It's always thought backwards. They never think clear for me. You know, that is such a stupid comment. Do you know what I mean? They're not allowed to carry on as normal. Then why the hell did the government come out and say that they're going to keep Chelsea Football Club as competitive as possible? Why? You either allow us to be competitive and allow certain parts of what needs to be done in merit continue, i.e. Chelsea Football Club say, look, we need this because it will cause us problems and we can get on with it without Roman's any involvement of Roman. This is what we need. We still need to do this to keep the club going. You know, this idiot sitting there saying we can't carry on as normal. Now, this idiot sitting here saying that we have to live in the real world. You know, people getting bombed. Like, he's using politics. And this is what I'm saying. They're using politics against Chelsea now. As if Chelsea are the ones that are told Putin to do it. Like, I just don't get the thought process of some of these journalists. They have no credit to me. As soon as I read one thing like that, to me, you're nothing. Like, because you're just talking waffle. There's no sense in what you're saying there. You're just blabbing. You know, it winds me up. It does. It generally winds me up because I am against what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. And I am sad that Ukrainians are getting bombed because of Putin. It is all Putin. Let's get it right as well. Yeah, Putin's decided to do this. Why the hell is Chelsea now getting punished for it? And I keep saying this. So the people in Ukraine sitting there going, thank you again. Great comment. Yeah. You know, this is going to change us. This is going to save us against Russia. This right here is going to save us against Russia. I'm sorry. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Big up to Kovan as well. Hope you're well. Sources and they hired. I know, man. I know. And this is the thing, right? As soon as you start, I don't like talking politics, but as soon as you talk and you speak a little bit of how you feel and truth, you get pulled into, oh, you don't care about what. Like, it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with my football club. Yeah, you've pulled my football club into politics, government. Yeah, because of the things that you're adding on. That's not allowing us to do normal business at Chelsea Football Club, and then you're using the politics against why we can't. Why we can't trade normally. Where's the fairness? Where's the fairness for Chelsea Football Club right now? It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. And it is and I feel it. I feel that this is and Rio Ferdinand said it himself. Big up to Rio Ferdinand. They are using us and scapegoating us. They're using us to make it as a reason to make themselves look good in the image of the Ukrainians, which is not doing anything because they're not doing anything to help them anyway. So how's this helping them? This isn't helping them. This is tarnishing your own cultural football club that's actually born in England. There's no sense in it. I don't want to moan too much about it because it just winds me up. It absolutely winds me up. I guess the war has stopped now because Roman and Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Tuchel is using. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Tuchel's commanding tactic in bombs. Why he's commanding Chelsea on the pitch. He's on the phone to Putin. Right, we need to send one there, one over there. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. Big up to Daniel as well. Big up to DK as well. It's strange they are doing this to Chelsea, but they turned a blind eye on Newcastle. And that's a Man United fan there saying it. Football United TV. Go and check him out. Over 150 of you here. It's facts. It's becoming more than football now. This is why I keep saying it's becoming more than Roman Abramovich. It's gone well past becoming more than Roman Abramovich. You've done as much as you possibly can to punish Roman Abramovich. He ain't making a diddly squat. He's making nothing out of our football club. He ain't making nothing. You've done what the damage is done. So why are you punishing us? Why are you punishing Chelsea? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And you got fools from Telegraph like this, Whitehall, whoever this guy is, yeah, talking absolute nonsense all the time, talking shit. I don't care if he even listens to this or watches this or someone sends it to him. You can send it to him because he's a knobhead. What an idiot. Stupid comments. You know what it is with me? I'm a very clear, calm guy. I'll review everything. I'll always give people the benefit of the doubt. And I always try and understand people's comments. But that is a nonsense comment. That makes no sense. Once possible, Hyundai will be looking to... Fine, remove your badge. Yeah, I need to speed up because of the game. We've still got a game to review. Was there anything else quickly that I needed to share before we go on to the game today, guys? We've got a game in an hour and a half. We've got a game. Right, Tuchel on the sanctions. I'm not going to read that because you guys would have read it already. What else have we got here? More Thomas Tuchel stuff. Right, here we go. Sources. The new terms of the license will allow Chelsea to use payments due from broadcasting companies and any prize money earned to its outgoings. That should see 28 million monthly wage bill covered for the rest of the season. That's good. Now, if that's the new terms of the license and it allows us to do certain things, then that's good. Then that is... She's probably... I'll just read the saying. Someone just sent me a message. Sorry, guys. Someone just sent me a message. I was just reading it just now. Yeah. So, yeah, that is good. You know, that is good. That's good news, you know, from the instance. And all these rivals that thought we were going to die and bend over and administration and no one's going to buy us this and that. You could just, the more and more days go on, the more and more you're looking like fools. And I'm actually saying this more to Arsenal fans. You're all fools, mate. Bunch of fools. Do you know what I mean? I hope that we do sort ourselves out. There's still maybe a long way to go and sort certain implications, and the road will get rocky. There will be certain things that may come across, across the lines that might rock us a bit. Fine, we knew that because of the way the government's decided to deal with our football club. But I guarantee that we will still pull through this as a football club. We will still stand together. We will still be Chelsea Football Club. There's too many people interested in this. Chelsea are too big of a brand to just let go and not happen. You know, this is what I'm saying. We ain't going anywhere. So you can come out of all your fake, mystic balls that you seem to have where you're telling us that we ain't going to win anything for 10 years and we're going to finish 8th and we're going to go bust and, your mystic ball nonsense. Yeah. They know you're all mystic megs now, rivals. Yeah. And we'll wait and see, won't we? We will wait and see what happens. So, before we go into the game quickly, because we are getting into the game next, Nick Candy today came out and said if the club requires money to operate in the short term, Mr. Candy would be happy to help ensure it has the necessary financial resources subject to government approval. So Nick Candy's already saying if there's anything that needs to be covered in the short term to get this football club going, I'm here. I will back it. Not only am I going to buy it, but I will cover all of the necessary, the necessary minor issues that may be happening within Chelsea at the moment. Good to hear, Nick Candy. Good to hear. He also said that should a bid be successful, Mr. Candy would advocate for a fan representative to join the board. So supporters become part of the decision-making process. So a fan representative being a fan of the football club representing all fans, i.e., I'm assuming there would be a group made where we'd all be able to have our inputs into how things are going to a certain degree. How much of that is, I don't know. But again, is that good news? It's not bad news. Why not? Why not? We then welcome news that the sale of the club will be conducting quickly. This is reassuring development for fans after a week of great uncertainty. It has been a lot of uncertainty, and I said that when it first came out. And there will still be more. There will be more uncertainty of what Chelsea can and can't get away with. The good thing is Roman Abramovich has agreed the sale. He stood back. He stepped back. He's not getting involved. He's allowing his baby to continue. even though he knows he's not making a penny. Yeah. And, you know, big up to Roman Abramovich for that. You know, big up to him. Real big up to him. But yeah, that's it on Nick Candy, guys. That's it on Nick Candy. Very interesting stuff on him. We've heard Saudi media group are interested in Chelsea Football Club as well. We know Nick Candy's interested. Todd Bowley's already put in an offer and probably come again with his new partner along with Vitz as well. You know, there may be some other interested parties as well that could that are involved. I think it was over a total of 300 different people, bidders were interested in this football club. So you have to think of it like this. Are we going anywhere? When you look at the amount of interest that we've had as a football club, hell fucking no. We are not going anywhere as a football club. It is what it is. It is what it is. Listen, over 200 of you guys here right now. Make sure you smash the likes. We're going to get in to the Chelsea versus Newcastle preview now, because that is why we are here. I've given you 40 minutes or 35 minutes of updates on where we stand currently going into next week. Big up to Bex as well in regards to Chelsea and the all-rounder Chelsea as well. We've only got 61 likes, over 200 of you here. If we can get this up to 100 likes, it would be great, guys. If you all think Chelsea are going to win today, smash that like button. I want to see how quickly we can get to 100 likes. Let's see that power. See the power of you guys hitting that thumb. Hit that thumb. Roman banner is out today. Yep, there's a lot of that. You know, this thing about Chelsea not being allowed to sing Roman Abramovich's name, it's like anything. You can't tell people not to sing. You can't. You telling fans they can't do it are going to do it. Government, use your brains at the end of the day. And I don't condone it's being sung when it's when maybe it's to do with Ukraine as a moment where we need to be silent for it. Cool. But any other time that they want to maybe sing the name because of what this guy's done for our football club, do it. Do it. We're staying at the top is what Kovan's saying as well. Big up to you guys. Make sure you subscribe as well if you're new. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. We are going to talk about the game now because we have got a game today, yeah? As much as I spent 40 minutes talking, we need to talk about the game. And we are up against a Newcastle team who are in real good form at the moment. They're in real good form. You know, ever since they brought in certain individuals. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, shall we, before we get into it. Chelsea are currently sitting in third place. Obviously, with 56 points. Liverpool are on some crazy run at the moment. They're 10 points ahead with us. We still have a game in hand on them. Our form's getting better. 4 wins, 1 draw. Good to see. Now we need to kick on. Keep the distance between us and the guys below, which is key. Obviously, Man United have more games in hands than us. I'm not too worried about them. And then you look at Newcastle, and these guys have really worked their way up. And you look at their form. 4 wins, 1 draw as well. They're on form. They're going to come with confidence, and they're going to play with confidence. Chelsea are going to need to turn up today. We're going to need to have the right players playing. I do think we're going to switch to a 3-4-3. I'm going to quickly do a 3-4-3 formation for you guys. Get you guys involved as well before the lineups are announced in 20 minutes as well. But we're also going to quickly... Let me get Twitter up as well because I'm going to need Twitter when... We're also going to quickly go through the bulletin for this game. And so, until this changes, no matter how much. I'll just read something someone sent me. All right, cool. So let's get into it. So in terms of Chelsea and who they're playing today, Newcastle, a bit of a bulletin for you guys, a bit of news and stuff. Then we're going to go into the lineups, and then we're going to talk about the team news, open up the lines as well, get your thoughts and opinions going into the game as well. Make sure you get them likes up though, guys. I want 100 likes. Only 79 likes at the moment as well. So what do we know about Chelsea? So in terms of the head-to-heads, Chelsea have 8 home wins. The Blues have won 8 consecutive home top-flight matches against Newcastle United. It is the first time we have achieved that against any side since winning 9 in a row against West Brom. So our record against Newcastle ain't bad at home. It's not as bad as people think it is. I know some people are likely worried about it. It's more of at St James's Park that we have an issue. We've won the reverse fixture 3-0 at St James's Park in October after a goalless first half, 2 goals from Reece James, if you remember that. What a great game that was, I remember. We moved from that. Newcastle have won one of their last 27 away league games against Chelsea. They've drew 7 and lost 19 against winning 2-0 under Alan Pardew in 2012. Against no other side have Chelsea won more Premier League matches at home than we have against Newcastle. So there you go, guys. A bit of a bit of a boost, a bit of confidence, a bit of good news, you would say, in terms of the heads-to-heads. The heads-to-heads show that Chelsea have won more games against Newcastle at home than any other team in the Premier League. There you go. This is why I love doing this. This is why I love bringing it up, because it's things I didn't even know, things that you guys should know. Chelsea have a great run, great form against Newcastle. Their biggest wins against Newcastle were 6-0 back in 1980, 5-0 in 1974 and 75, and in 1914-15 they lost 3-0. So we beat them 6, and then we lost 5-0 to them at home, and then we lost 3-0 to them. And that's the last time they beat us 3-0, or should we say of any highest order. Last season, we beat them 2-0, courtesy of Giroud and Timo Werner, who got both the goals. And we started that... What's going on here? And we started that game... Sorry, guys. My mouse has decided to die. That's great, isn't it? What's my mouse doing? There we go. And we started that game with a 3-4-2-1. Sorry, my mouse died. I couldn't move anything. I was sitting there like, what's going on? Can't move anything. A 3-4-2-1, obviously courtesy of Giroud and Werner. Kepa, Aspie, Christensen, all of them guys. I ain't going to go through that anyway, but we beat them 2-0 at home last time. The Blues will be lining up for our 17th game in 2022. Newcastle playing their 10th game. So Chelsea played 7 more games than Newcastle as we speak. 7 of our remaining 11 Premier League games this season are at Stamford Bridge, guys. So more home games going into the end of the season than there is away games, which is good to hear again. It's a shame that we can't actually go to them, though, is it? I mean, if you're a season ticket holder, you're cool. But if you're a member, like I am, who can't purchase a ticket at the moment, the only game I did manage to get a ticket to was Brentford before the sanctions kicked in. You know, it's a shame we're not going to be able to go to them. Thomas Tuchel's side are playing a home Premier League game for the first time since they beat Tottenham 2-0 in January. So it's been a long time since Chelsea have actually been at home. 49 days ago, thanks to goals from Thiago Silva and Hakim Ziyech. Chelsea are unbeaten in our last 34 Premier League home games played in March. 29 wins and 5 draws, guys, since our 4-2 defeat against Sunderland in 2001. Pretty impressive at home. We're unbeaten in our last 16 games at Stamford Bridge in all competitions. The last time we achieved a longer sequence was in 2018, a run of 17. So we are nearly close, or Thomas Tuchel was nearly close to breaking that record. So the last time we won in all competitions, a sequence of games was 17. We're on 16 at the moment. It will be 17 today. And then going into our next home game, we could break that record. New little record for Chelsea Football Club to have. Trevor Chalobah's opener at Norwich was our 19th headed goal this season, 5 more than we managed in the whole of 2021 last season. We have also scored 15 goals, 4 more than last season, resulting from corners. We have scored a lot of corners, and I've noticed that. We seem to have scored a lot of headers. A lot of headers have gone in recently. Mount, and when we look at the Premier League goal scorers, Mount has 8 with 1 penalty. Jorginho has 6 with 6 penalties. Havertz has 5. Reece James has 5. Lukaku has 5. Pulisic has 4. Ziyech has 4. Chalobah has 3. Chua has 3. Silva has 3. Kante has 2 goals. Kovacic has 2 goals. Rudiger has 2 goals. And Alonso, Hudson-Odoi, Werner all have 1 goal. All have 1 goal in the Premier League. So there you go. Our top goal scorer is Mason Mount with 8 goals and 1 pen at the moment. So interesting stuff. Chelsea are looking to win 5 successive Premier League games for the first time since 2019. That was a run of 6. That included the 1-0. So, you know, it goes back to what I keep saying. We need to put this run together. And the games, lucky enough, work for Chelsea. They're games that we should be winning. These are games where we should be comfortably winning. Having scored in his last 3 Premier League appearances, Hakim Ziyech could become the first Moroccan to score in 4 games in a row in the competition. So, again, if Hakim Ziyech starts today and he scores today, he will be the first Moroccan in Premier League history to have scored in 4 games in a row. So watch out for that. Team news is going to be broken in the next 14 minutes as well. If selected, Marcos Alonso will be making his 200th appearance at Chelsea Football Club. The snail will not be broken, man. I'm telling you. I don't really care about Newcastle stats too much. We know that they've earned 10 points in 4 away games. Their top goal scorers are Wilson with 5, Saint Maximin with 6. They are one of just 2 sides with Liverpool without a Premier League defeat so far in 2022. So Newcastle have not lost a game this year, this calendar year yet. So this shows how tough this game's going to be today. And it's probably going to go into what I'm going to talk about now. There's not much more to look here. So it's going to be an interesting game because we are up against a team that's in great form. Now, when you looked at the stats, you saw very clear that our record against Newcastle is the best. We've won more games against Newcastle than we have any other team at the moment. So some people saying that the lineups have been released. Let's have a look. And for Chelsea to win today, I do expect this formation, and we're going to do a quick formation before the team lineups come out, and we'll just see how close it can be compared to as well. Big up to everyone that's in the chat. Eric Blue, nice to see you. Terence Tibbs, Alfie, nice to see you, mate, as well. C1 London as well. Big up to you, my guy. Who else we've got here? Mark Mitchell, Ben Dover. I'm just going to go through this quickly. I missed Top Bins. Yeah. Cool. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure we get this over 100 likes, guys. We should be over that already. We've got 94 likes, 223 of you here. Let's get this over 100 now. Let's do it while I'm doing the lineups. So, what I think Chelsea will do today and how I think we will line up. Well, what I can confirm is Malang Sarr does start as left back. That's the first bit of news that comes out today. So, if Malang Sarr's playing left back today, that tells me we're not playing a 3. We are going to play this. And it's going to be Malang Sarr, as we already know, who's been confirmed. Malang Sarr's confirmed to start today, guys. Just to give you a heads up. Mendy. And I think he's going to go with Rudiger, who didn't play the last game round. He's going to go with Thiago Silva. I think. Maybe not. You could see Christensen come in there. Aspilicueta will come in today. We will have a midfield of Kovacic, I think, and I think Kante starts today. I've got a feeling Kante will play. And then I reckon you will see Mason Mount, Ziyech, Havertz, and Lamppost. There you go. If it's a 4 at the back and it's been confirmed as we speak that it's a 4 at the back. Well, actually, it must be a 4 at the back, yeah, because he's playing left back. Malang Sarr starts. Thank you, Fator. Thank you very much for that as well. So, yeah, the reason I'm saying it's a 4 is because it's just been confirmed that will happen. The only other thing, if that don't happen, is I think it might be this. I think Pulisic, I forgot about Pulisic. I think Pulisic might start today. I forgot about Pulisic. So maybe it'd be like this. Pulisic, Mount, Kovacic, Kante, Lukaku, Havertz, Sarri. So there we go on that one. I think this could be the team that we expect to line up. We've got 10 minutes until the lineup is released. Big up to Trills in the house as well. What are people saying in the chat? Let's go through that as well. Hi, boys. Hope we all are well. All good, mate. All good. Thank you. Daniel, nice to see you. Says Havertz has not scored for about 6 months in the Premier League other than Norwich and Burnley. Yeah, he's on a bit of form at the moment. Priestley. Is Aspie... Is Aspie ill? I know he's saying Priestley. Priestley is also ill. He ain't ill. Is he ill? Are they ill? I've not heard that they're ill. Am I getting this wrong? No, it's not false information, Priestley. This is my predicted lineup. This is not the actual lineup. This is what I think we're going to do. This is not what the lineup is. Just to get that right. Don't get it mixed up. So, Pulisic is fit. Oh, I've seen him. He has been playing. He is fit. This is why I think we'll go like this. And if we're going to go like this today, then I expect Newcastle to probably play with 5 in the middle, maybe 5 at the back, 4, and then 1 up front. We'll have to see what happens with that as well. But we're going to have be on our A game today. Move the ball quickly. Yeah. We know that Pulisic, Mount, and Havertz have a bit of chemistry. Lukaku, if you start today, I want to see effort. I want to see you working hard for the team, and I don't want you to be standing around and not having an involvement in this football club. You know, is Aspie available? I don't know. People saying is he available? He came off at half time, right? I thought he'd done that to rest him. And if he's on the bench, I'm assuming he'll play. If he doesn't, then I think you'll probably see Chalobah come in then. You know, the way we beat these lot today is simple. Move the ball quick. Press high up the pitch. Don't give them time on the ball. And play the way that we know we can play. We've seen it in the 3. Can we do it in the 4? If we're playing the 4, I can't see Jorginho starting today. I could be wrong. I can't see Jorginho starting today. I'm still waiting for the news. The news will come soon. The news will come soon of the team lineups. And then we're going to open up the lines and get you involved as well. But once I've seen the actual lineup, then we can start talking about why and how and what we think. What we think of this. But guys, get your questions in the meantime. What are your thoughts on today's game? Who needs to step up? Who do you think is going to be in the score sheets today as well? Who do we think is going to get in? Werner out, Broha in is what... I mean, look, that could happen. I think Werner's probably one of the first on the list to go. Pulisic is off the team bus. He's off the team bus, Gem. Or off as in getting off. Fine. Will Big Ron maybe mess up our flow? Again, a question that we'll find out. Pulisic and Aspie are not in the matchday squad. Are they not? Are they not? That makes it interesting. Then maybe in that instance, if that's the case and Pulisic isn't in, then I think we're going to put Saul Niguez in. I don't think Ziyech starts. Got this weird feeling. I think it's going to be like that. We've seen him play there before. Do we like him there? Not massively. But who else have we got? Hakim Ziyech. You know, you can put Mount on the left and play Hakim Ziyech there. Oh, Pulisic is in the squad. Well, we've got... Listen, everyone's saying he isn't. He is. He isn't. He is. If he's in the squad, he's playing for me. He's definitely playing for me. We'll have to see. Let's see if I've got any more news. Let's see if we've got any more. I can see the Roman banner's up already. The Roman banner is up already. The Roman banner is up. What else have we got here? It's coming for 6 minutes. It usually comes out a little bit before, but in the meantime, get your questions in, guys. Get your questions in. Hour before kickoff. What's your thoughts and opinions? Is this going to be a hard game today? Is this going to be a hard game today for Chelsea Football Club? What do Chelsea need to do to get this win? It is bare confusing. It came off the team bus. All right, let's just wait. I've gone for this. This is what I predicted. Let's see how close we are to the prediction to what it actually is. Yeah, which is coming out anytime soon. So once it comes out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update this team. I'll update the players from what I see on Twitter onto here. All right, and then you'll see specifically who is in the team. Jim, the bridge is going to be on fire today. That will get us over the line. It will be, and I'm expecting a big performance like we did against Norwich. I think the only thing I would say a bit about the Norwich game is that we kind of just fizzed off. You know, we went a little bit quiet. We went under the water, and you know, I want to see a 90-minute good performance. I don't want to see a really great 45 minutes, and then we come out and we just are the absolute opposite. We need high intensity, and we need to work hard. This Newcastle team are on confidence. You don't want to give them an opportunity to be leading, to get back in the game, to have a moment. Can't be doing that. We really have to be on our game today. Come on, where are these lineups? Give us the lineups. Give us the lineups. I know it's going to come out soon. Give us the lineups. Give us the lineups. But yeah, you know, we have to start on the front foot. If we don't start on the front foot, then it will be a long day. That's what I'm going to say for you guys. Right, so breaking news for you guys. It is understood that Hakim Ziyech isn't in the Chelsea squad, supposedly. Actually, no, don't believe that. No, don't believe it. Nonsense. It's just a fake blimmin' profile. Fake profile. Fake profile alert. You know, Hakim Ziyech could start today, and if he does, I would understand it. We've seen Hakim Ziyech play very well off the right in a 4. You know, so having Hakim Ziyech there tells me that Mason Mount plays off the left. Maybe Christian Pulisic, but I think Mason Mount will play off the left. Havertz and Lukaku, I think, will lead the line. Because it's a 4, it's going to be a 4-3-3. It might, well, actually, it might not be, will it? It could be a 4-3-3. And if that does happen, then maybe you could do that. Maybe you could do that and do that and get rid of him and put Sal in there. It could be that 4-3-3. Who knows? All I know is that lineup is about to come out in 2 minutes. I usually have it by now. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? Give us the lineup. Havertz starts confirmed. Well, obviously, Havertz has to start. Havertz has to start. Your players may be tired a lot. They've played a lot of games lately, Jim. They have done. They have played a lot of games. I do hear that as well. I'm all right, Chi-Chi. Nice to see you, bro. Big up to Sosa and Tommy as well. Kai in the house as well. Put your owner's wish list top 3. I haven't got an owner's wish list. Is it? Where are you seeing this? Where are you seeing this? I am still waiting. We usually have it now. What's going on? Come on. Give us that lineup so we can have Malang Sarr starts. Kai Havertz does start. Yep. Kai Havertz is confirmed. Malang Sarr's confirmed. Some guy's bought a Trivago paper and stuck it on his Chelsea shirt. So he's got a white paper and he's written Trivago in it. I'll show you guys. It's actually quite funny. But straight on the back of... He's got white paper and he's printed Trivago on it and he's put it over the free sign. And he's gone to the game like that. Fair enough, man. Kai Havertz is starting. Come on, man. Give us the lineup. I hate the pain. This is pain. They're making us wait like bitches, man. Big up to Samuel in the house as well. Stop spamming everyone. Chi-Chi, are you confident about today's game? I'm always confident when it's Chelsea at home. You know, but we need to turn up. We need to turn up. Big up to Sir Timo Werner as well. I'm just literally refreshing. Nothing's come out on Twitter yet. I've got it. I have got it, guys. Are you ready? So, I'm just going to edit it here, yeah? Chalobah is in. Chalobah plays. In terms of the midfield, we have... Wow. We have... Let me do this for you guys. We have... Jorginho playing. Surprise, Jorginho. No Mateo Kovacic in the team lineup today. Kante, Jorginho, Mount. Well, that was wrong. So Mount must be playing. Kante, Jorginho, Mount. Mendy, Christensen, Rudiger, Sarr. Kante, Jorginho, Mount, Ziyech. All right, yeah, okay. I get it. So it is what I said, guys. It is what I said. It's this. So it's Mount, Jorginho, Kante, Ziyech in here. Ziyech plays today. Who I went for originally at the beginning. I should have just kept him in. Ziyech and Mount. And Havertz is playing with Timo Werner. Timo Werner is starting today. No Romelu Lukaku in the team again. There you go. There's your lineup. There is your lineup. Mendy, Chalobah. Oh, sorry. Wait a sec. I'm missing someone. Christensen's playing. No Thiago Silva today. No Thiago Silva. Krusty the Clown is in the house. There you go. There's your proposed team lineup today. We've got Malang Sarr on the left, Rudiger, Christensen, Chalobah as your back four, Mendy in goal, Jorginho and Kante leading the line with Mount, Ziyech, Werner and Kai Havertz in what I think is a 4-2-2. Timo Werner's being given another chance again today. No Saint Maximum is what I'm hearing as well. In terms of the news for Newcastle, I'll give you the lineups for Newcastle as well. They are playing a 5-4-1. What I say to you guys, they play 5 at the back, 4 in the middle, 1 up front. They are playing with Dubravka in goal, Marquilio, Shah, Lascelles, Burns, and Target as the 5 at the back. They've got Murphy, Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes, and Amiron. And then they've got Chris Wood up front. No Saint Maximum and no Callum Wilson in that lineup. But Saint Maximum's on the bench. Just Chris Wood leading the line. They are playing to make it hard. They are playing to sit and play on the counter. That is it. They are not coming out at Chelsea Football Club today, from what I've read there. Let's go, people. Let's go. Mount, Havertz, Ziyech, Werner. That should be enough, guys. We can't be complaining about that lineup. That lineup is good enough to go and beat Newcastle today. Ziyech can have the creativity. Werner has to be better than the last game round. We saw the game that Timo Werner played against Norwich. He was a ghost. I want a performance from Timo Werner today. I want his movement to come into place, and he needs to score goals. Lukaku is on the bench again. What does that mean? What is Thomas Tuchel saying to the new owners? Is Thomas Tuchel saying that they're done? We finished with them. We don't want them. We don't want him. What is it? Why can't Romelu Lukaku get in this team? Jem, do you think this is a coincidence that Roman's news Lukaku has been dropped? Very weird, isn't it? All of a sudden, Lukaku can't seem to get in the team, and I don't blame Tuchel. He's given him enough opportunities to start games, and he's flopped, and we've not played well whatsoever. Kai Havertz, our most in-form player, is on the pitch again. Mason Mount with a great performance against Norwich last time round. Him and Havertz have great chemistry. Hopefully we can see that today, and it breaks them down. Ziyech back in the team, creativity. We know he loves the 4, plays very well in this position. Yeah, it's a 4. No, it's not a right wing back. It's a 4-2-2-2. So it's more like an inside 2. But yeah, they'll have to work hard coming the other way as well. I'm glad he's on the bench. Kai is in form. Good to hear you're saying that, Showtime, because Romelu Lukaku's not been good enough. Lukaku is a bodyguard now. Kai and Timo connected as well. I want your score predictions in the chat. I'm going to allow you guys to come in for the next half an hour and give me your thoughts and opinions as well. The link is in the chat. If you want to get involved and have your say, the link is there now. Make sure you get these likes up there. I want to get to 150 likes. If you've not done that yet, smash that like button for GNA TV now. The link is here already. I'm just waiting for the link to come through on my side. There we go. I pinned. All right, I pinned the link for you guys to come in and get involved as well. We're going to start with Eric Blue. What you saying, Eric Blue? Eric?
Yo, how are you doing, Jem? How's it going?
I'm all right, mate. How are you? How is things?
Yeah, it's been interesting. Everything has been a bit negative. I think for a lot of this season, even before anything to do with the sanctions happened, when we had the injury crisis, the virus crisis, and then the Lukaku interview. There's been a lot of things that happened this season, but still here, still optimistic. Looking forward to the games.
What's your thought on the lineup, mate? Yeah, what's your thoughts on the
lineup? It's interesting. I was expecting because we did like a thing a few hours ago, and I was thinking to myself, if Aspi is out, I think we're going to play a back 4. I'm not surprised at all. But in terms of, and even though Sa isn't a very good left back, I think we don't have too much. We don't have much of a choice, So we'll have to see what Sarr can do. He's very limited as a left back, but hopefully we can manage with him. And on the right, I don't know. Christensen played as a right back not too long ago. So will he be the right back or will he be Chalobah? I'm not too sure.
What are you expecting in terms of scores today, mate? What do you think's going to happen?
I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be a very tough game. I don't think we will keep a clean sheet, but I think we might score a few goals. So I'm going to say maybe 3-1. Maybe 2-1
3-1.
for like maybe like 2-1 for 80 minutes, and then we score a last minute third goal.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And Timo Werner starting again as well. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised Werner is starting. I predicted that he would start. This is a little bit of a different role for him. It's more like a front two, isn't it? A
I
partnership.
think so. I think that's his preferred position, being able to have that movement and running around in behind and stuff. I think that works for Timo Werner, you know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it works for him. Tuchel tried to do it a long time ago with Lukaku, and then they both got injured, and then we haven't seen anything like that since then. But yeah, Werner has to take his chance. He has not played a lot of games this season, and he needs to try and grab his opportunity.
I agree, mate. I agree. And any like little final thoughts on regards to the owner thing as well? Like, who do you want? I'll ask you. This is what we'll do because I've got people in the back. What I'm doing today is I'm just bringing one people in at a time just to try and get through it so everyone can have their say. But in terms of your choice of owner, who would you go for?
I'm like you, Jim. I have no idea who. I don't have any sort of short list of owners that I want. But I've had a lot of people saying about talking about Elon Musk, and it's very funny. But Elon Musk, just because he's so rich and everything, doesn't mean he would actually be a good football owner. So I think people need to, people need to understand that it's not just about how much money you can spend. But I don't really have I have to be honest, I don't have a choice. We just let's just wait and see what happens.
Big up, Eric Blue. Thank you very much for coming on, bro. Appreciate your support as well in the chat and stuff as well. Make sure that you follow Eric Blue on Twitter, yeah? Eric Blue, innit? That's your name, isn't it? Eric Blue on Twitter.
Yeah,
Eric
Blue,
Blue.
or just type in Eric Chels, one word.
Yeah,
So.
slightly different show today, Eric. But when we could do the preview, maybe the review or the match reaction later today, maybe later this evening, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. Then we'll be open panel, everyone in. But today, I just want to get through everyone as quickly as possible. I have their says, bro.
Yeah.
All right, big up, man.
Cheers.
Take care, mate. Bye. Right, we're gonna move on to Matt next. Matt, how you doing?
Big up. Sorry, my mic was on me. My bad. Big up, Jem. Big up, chat up, everyone as well. I mean, this lineup, Jem, is this your lineup? Is this your lineup that you made?
No, this is the confirmed team lineup, just so that everyone understands. This is the team lineup. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm shocked. I think this is a horrible lineup. To be fair with you, I think we're going. It's very weird because we're pressing too much attack, but then at the back it's just too much defense. It's not balanced. So I'm a bit kind of. I don't know. I'm a bit confused with this lineup. I'm not very confident with this lineup. At the same time, it's Newcastle, and I said Newcastle is going to be the hardest game we will have until we play West Ham. And I think they're in a decent form. They're not that bad. Obviously, they're third in the place of the most points they've grabbed since January, so they're on a decent run. But again, it's like nothing we can't do. Like it's something, they're not the best team. They're 18th, 17th, wherever they are. Like they're still Newcastle. Like we can't be playing like we did against these Luton and Plymouth, when we only won 1-0, 2-0. So I am going to say 2-0 here. I don't think we can see it here, but I mean, looking at like this, it's just unbalanced. Like as I said, we've got too much defense and too much attack. It's not balanced.
It's not a three at the back, is it? I know Kevo is saying there's no way we can play a three at the back with this, is there? It's got to be a four.
It's just too many. Like I think like just obviously the center back, but it's not balanced. But we can have a good flow of the game. Like at the attack, we'll have too much attack, and at the defense, we'll be defending too much and they're not attacking us. So it's kind of confusing to say, but when you look at it on paper, it doesn't look very balanced. So I'm I'm going to be kind of shocked to see how he play this. Maybe this can be something we can use more in the future, but I'm very surprised how he went with this today. I'm actually very, very surprised. So we'll see how
I
it
hear
goes.
you. I hear you. I hear the lack of. I think in the midfield, there's no one progressive to be able to do that. I think what the midfield's there today to do is to work hard and help the defence when need be, and try and keep the ball moving. That's why Jorginho's in there. I think you're going to see that Mount and Ziyech are going to have to be the providers to the Havertzes and the Werners. We're going to have to see chemistry between Mount, Ziyech, and Havertz, and Werner's going to have to improve his game because the last game round he wasn't good enough, for Chelsea, and we need that big step up. So, Rudiger and Christensen's fine. Chalobah, so I know what you're saying. I do get it. And maybe
I think chat's not understanding. I don't think no one in chat as I was saying. When you play on FIFA, you go ultra attacking. That's what happens when we go in the attack. But when the ball comes into our end, we're going to be too defensive. It's kind of, in words, it does sound very stupid. But when you really think about it, it's not very balanced. We don't have that balanced midfield, and maybe we may get overrun in the midfield because again we'll have too much attack up wide, and defense will be sitting back. So our midfield may be open, too broken for us to kind of close in and leave too much space for them.
Yeah. Score predictions, mate.
Yeah, I said 2-0. I think I'll say Havertz and I'll say Georgie penalty.
And in terms of owners, quickly, who do you want? From what you've seen up to now, is there anyone in specific that you'd actually prefer?
I think I'm on like Eric. I don't have a kind of checklist for. I don't mind who comes in. I just want them to treat the club like Roman did. I mean, I would prefer some Saudis or that Turkish guy. I think they have great mentalities from what I've seen from previous clubs. But again, anyone comes in. I think we heard that there was an American guy, British guy, who said he'll bring a fan as a representative or something. I'm not too sure what that was, and that would be interesting. So I'm very hopeful to see who our new owners will be. And I'm looking forward to seeing. So yeah.
All right, Matt. Big up to you, my man. Thank you for coming on as always. We'll be doing the match reaction either later tonight or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I'll let you know. You'll see it pop up as well. But big up to you, my man.
No problem. I'll catch you there, guys. Take care, guys. Stay, Jim.
Take care, mate. Bye. So we've still got Showtime declared and Hassan backstage. We're going to go to Showtime next. Showtime, how are we doing, my man?
All right, good afternoon, bro. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. What's your thoughts on this lineup?
I'm fine with it. I mean, my take is what type of Timo Werner are we gonna get, or what kind of player of Mason Mount gonna be? Is we gonna get the Mason Mount from Norwich, or are we gonna get the Mason Mount that just runs around or doesn't do anything, has no impact in the game? That's me. I'm fine with it. I think Jennifer is going to put a workload on Conte because you've seen him in decline in his pace and his form. So I just want to know what kind of Jennifer are we going to get. Now I'm glad he's playing Christensen. Get the most out of him before he goes to Spain, and use him as much as we can and run him down because he's a snake and he wants to leave. So I'm glad that Tuchel's playing him. We found his replacement in Chalobah, so I'm glad he's getting the runs of game. I like Sarr at the back. It's a good back four. I mean, I'm happy with that. Do
you not agree with what Matt said in terms of is a little bit too defensive?
I mean, is that a bad thing? A defensive end of attackers, is that bad? That's great right there. We need that. We need the defensive solid, and we need the attack going because we can't have one down. If we have too much attackers, the defense lacks. If we have too much defensive, we don't score goals. So this is I think it's a decent balance. I mean, the middle of the park, when you have N'Golo Kante, you get best of both worlds. The best midfield in the world, in my eyes. I guess for Timo Werner, I guess this is just for him to, like you said, make the runs and get into spaces. I guess that's what he's there for. I'm not a big fan of Timo.
I think they can hear me in the background. I don't know why, Showtime. You got me on the background. There we go. That's better. Did you just mute yourself? No, there we go. Yeah, so, no, I mean, that's fair enough. I hear that. Look, I think it's still a good enough team to go and get the job done today, Showtime, even without your boy Lukaku on the bench. But let's just be serious. If Werner doesn't turn up today, or he's not having a good game, Lukaku will come on the pitch. And he has a point to prove now. Tuchel's been putting him on the bench the last couple of games. Havertz has been performing very well. It's now down to Romelu Lukaku when he's given the opportunity to show this football club that he wants not only be here, but wants to work for the team. He wants to stay here. He wants to, get involved. He wants, do you know what I mean? So maybe we'll see a different Lukaku from this. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yeah, Jam, can you do me a favor when I speak? Can you just put yourself on mute because I think that's what's the problem. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that, but Yeah, I mean, for Lukaku, I mean, look, I'm gonna back him, but as of right now, we want to win, and all I care about is us winning. The Roman situation has taken my mindset off Lukaku, and the fact that he comes in and he plays his part. I mean, that's it. That's for me. More importantly, I care about the Roman Empire. I don't want to see it fall, and I don't want to see it go. I became a fan during the Roman Empire, so I just want it to last as long as I can't see it go. That's all I can say. In regards to a new owner, I'm going for, if we can, this conflict between brother and sister, big brother and little brother will be over shortly, and I think Roman will remain in his position. Hopefully, if he wants to stay. I doubt he wants to stay after the silly UK government came at him in a shady way.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, Showtime, as always. What was your score predictions, mate? What did you say?
I'm going a solid 1-0, and ZH gets on the scoreboard again.
There we go. Big up to Showtime. Thank you for coming on, bro. We'll talk to you very soon, probably on the match reaction if you're around. Yeah, we'll see you in a bit.
You will.
Big up, big up, big up. Guys, we're 10 away from hitting 4.7k subscribers. So if you are new here, there's over 230 of you here. Please subscribe, because actually we're 5 away. We're 5 away. So we've got 5 subscribers in the space of 10 minutes. Great. So if you're new, subscribe now. Let's get this over 4.7k subscribers on this stream today. We're going to go on to man like Declared next in the house. What are you saying, Declared?
Big up, Jim. What's going on?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. What are your thoughts on this lineup today, man? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're lucky it's not a group discussion. I gotta give props to my Aussie mate Matt. Like he said, too much attack and too much defense, and it's not balanced. That sounds like a perfect team to me. If you got too much defense and too much balance, you can tell Matt plays a little bit too much Ultimate Team in FIFA. That's where he was getting his tactics from. This formation, I don't think people understand where what Matt saw was a perfect balanced team, where we have Mount, Havertz, Werner, Ziyech all attacking. Kante joins that. That's 5 attackers. You got 5 defense, 5 attackers. I don't know what Matt wanted. If Kepa was on the field, he'll say it's a perfect team. So that's where my boy Matt is gone. And I think I got to add 2 Showtime as well, but you can't call people snakes.
Yeah.
New owner comes in and signs Christensen on the spot. You don't know what's going to happen. Everything's going to change.
What are your thoughts on Werner starting today? He did have a good game against Norwich. What do you think? What do you expect him from him today?
Eddie Howe plays his team a little bit more higher than normal. He's not a sit back team. The Newcastle's got a lot of confidence. They're going to play on their front foot. Werner's going to find some space, I feel. And I think these are the games that are good for him. And Werner hasn't played a lot of games. Werner sat on the bench for the most time. A lot of games we predicted he might have a go, and he didn't have a go. So, and he plays well. And I think in this system he plays a little bit more well. Those balls that Ziyech used to do for Lukaku and stuff, he can do them for Werner as well. And that's what I'm expecting tonight. And Havertz and Werner have found each other. All that's missing in this game is that the conversion. These boys need a finish. And if they do, it could be a 5-0 game or 1-0 or draw or something like that. That's the big difference that I can see.
I'm really hoping for a great game from Kai Havertz again. He's a man in form, isn't he? He's really playing well, Kai Havertz, at the moment. It's just seeing him kick on now and continue this form, be important. Him and Mason Mount have very good chemistry. Expecting a big game from Mason Mount. I think the 4 up front are good enough to break this Newcastle team down. They are playing in a 4-5-1. They are going to make it hard. It is on us to break them down. It's down to us to make sure we move the ball quickly and we're progressive. And Jorginho, we saw it against Norwich slightly. We're going to need him to do that more. Kante, the same as well. We're going to need to move the ball quick.
There's another element, Jem, that I'm hoping on today. I did say we're at war. We declared war. I think I want the players to come out here, feel their backs to the wall. They know that everyone's against them. I want them to come out hungry and firing instead of turning on each other, which could happen. Players might not get paid and there might be disruptions, but I want the players to have the mindset that they're under attack, that the club's got nothing to do with war, that it's them against everyone else. And I want them to play like that.
Klasrif has Instagram. Sorry, mate. Klasrif has Instagram. Yeah. Is he being right on most of our streams? I'm not too sure. He gets bullied, but he doesn't get bullied. He's he's free man to say what he says. Klasriff is always on and off on this show anyway. So yeah, he's only on Instagram. It's his name, Klasriff. So go and check him out. But what's your score predictions declared?
Since Lukaku's on the bench, we're gonna have to go for a high one, yeah, don't we? I'm gonna go 3-1.
Since Lukaku's on the bench, we're going for a high score.
He's got good morale on the bench. Just because the camera goes to him every time there's something, I think there's good morale there.
Not going to lie, I want to see Lukaku Werner building some synergies up top, but Newcastle will sit deep, so Havertz makes sense. I think Havertz is just a guarantee, Mikhail, at the moment. He has to play based on his form at the moment, and we benefit so much from him at the moment as well. And hopefully he has another good game today. But in terms of the owners, really quickly, who do you want? Is there anyone that you actually want from what you've seen?
I didn't mind that Turkish guy. I didn't mind the Saudis.
Yeah.
There's a few owners. Is it Candy?
Yeah, Nick Candy. Yeah.
He made a promise. I mean, he sounds like he talks a lot, and we're gonna hold him to the words he says. But I'm more worried about Jem that the government is going to try to dictate where it goes. And as soon as governments get involved, they try to fill their pockets.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's important about the intentions. And there's a lot we're unsure on that we're going to have to wait and see in next week. Could Chelsea be sold by the end of next week? Possibly, maybe not. Who knows? But maybe we'll have some more clearance on that. But declared, big up to you, my man. Thank you as always for coming in. I'll see you on the match reaction. Yeah? See you in a bit.
See you then.
See you later, mate. Bye. Guys, like I said, keep making sure we smash that like button. Let's try and get to 150 likes. We can do that, please. And if you're new, subscribe, because you're on the road to 4.7k. We're only 5 away from doing that, and I really want to make it on this stream. So please do that. We've got Josh, Hassan, and Daddy Lux on here as well, and to come on. We'll go to Hassan, then we'll go to Josh. Hassan, what are you saying?
Yeah, can you hear me clearly? Yeah, because I don't know, StreamYard, this 1 minute StreamYard makes me normal, the next is robotics, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet before turning it to a robot.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, Newcastle, this is going to be one of them teams where if we turn up, we're going to butcher them. If we don't, we're going to get slapped, or it's going to be a draw. The lineup today, Chalobah, it's no surprise really, because I've heard that Aspik was sick, so him and Saul going to have to go up and down today, but I'm not really going to expect that much. I don't know what Matt was saying about being too attacking, too defensive. This is just perfectly balanced as it is. Midfield, it just depends if Jorginho is going to get run off the park or is he going to dictate play. Mason Mount, like what Showtime said, it depends on what our attack is going to do today, because we consistently, I've stopped saying it for a while because it gets repetitive and annoying the way I say it, but we do create chances which we say we should have been 3 or 4 goals up, or we should have scored 3-4 goals today. But it all depends. Havertz, typical Havertz really. Second half of the season, this is the time where he shines, and these are the perfect time for him to show up, because these are the games where he could just stop on and get double-digit goals.
Slowly going robotic in his voice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The longer I stay on StreamYard, the worse it gets.
So, yeah. You on an Android? What you want, like your laptop or your phone?
No. I think it's my mic. I think it's probably got debris inside, or probably So maybe that's why. Maybe it's because I'm on speakerphone. So I'm gonna get sorted later. So
that's all right, mate. What's your score predictions? Quickly.
I'm just gonna say 3-0. I just want to be optimistic here.
New owners, who do you want?
For the memes, I'm going to say Salman Khan and Conor McGregor.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Big up to you, Hassan. Thank you very much for coming on, bro. And I'll see you on the match reaction, yeah? See you later, mate. Take care. So, we have got Josh in the house. Josh, what you saying?
Big up, Jim. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. What's your thoughts on this lineup, Josh, man?
I don't know, man. Yeah, kind of has to be what it is, I guess. I don't really want George to be starting. Pretty terrified that George is playing in the midfield.
Can you
Other
explain
than
to me
that,
how this is a 3-4-2-1? Everyone keeps saying it's a 3-4-2-1. How is this?
no, it's four at the back, 100%.
What are people saying here? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely four at the back. I guess people don't watch enough games to realize when Sarr is playing and Chalo are playing, it's going to be four at the back.
Yeah. Werner.
But yeah, I don't really. It doesn't inspire a ton of confidence in me, but at the same time, there's some fairly solid attacking options up there. So,
What about Timo Werner today? He didn't have a great game last time round. What are you expecting from him this year? And obviously, Hakim Ziyech is in the team as well. What are you expecting from them two today?
From Timo, I expect nothing, to be honest with you. So if I get anything in return, I'll be happy. I don't expect much when he plays. He was terrible last game. So hopefully he delivers and muds me. I'd love that more than anything if I'm in the mud on that.
That's
But
what Timo does best.
yeah. I just don't expect that much. Ziyech, if he picks up where he left off before his little injury, then I think he'll be just fine. Aside from that, Mount and Havertz, if they continue to show up again, I think we have some good options in attack today. I'm not too concerned about that portion of the game.
But you expect us to still win. Obviously, Newcastle's setting up with a 4-5-1, which tells me that they're going to play hard to break down. So it's going to be on us, isn't it, to move the ball quickly and not be slow. Yeah. Do you worry with no Kovacic in the team though? With that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Listen, anytime I see Jorginho on the team sheet right now, I'm nervous about conceding goals. It is what it is. I'm predicting a 2-1 win today. But yeah, it doesn't inspire me that much. I'd feel much better. And in the way Newcastle are set up, I'd feel much better with a Kovacic style midfielder.
They're saying it's a 4-1-4-1, but I don't know.
It could be 4-1-4-1 is a way that we played with the four at the back.
Well, what? Because then you're dragging Werner wide, and I think he will want him up there next to Havertz personally. If it's like that.
Yeah. Well, when Havertz plays, man. Havertz never plays in one position. He's always all over the pitch. He's like he plays wide, he comes in, he drops back. Yeah. I think he's the one guy that Tuchel just lets kind of free form, and everyone else sort of has more of a set kind of idea. But yeah, 4-1-4-1 I could see only because we've done it in the past. But it could easily just be a 4-2-2 in attack or something,
Fair enough. Score predictions, mate?
Yeah, 2-1 to Chelsea for me. Havertz and Ziyech will say get on the board.
And in terms of the owners, from what you've heard up to now, anyone stand out for you?
Anybody but the Turks, Jim. No, I'm just kidding. For me, ideally it would be somebody with the Saudi backing, just purely for the money. I did like the idea of the Turkish owner because he sounded like he was excited about the opportunity. That being said, yeah, if we have a chance to get some Saudi money into the club, that just would be too sweet. So for me, that's the group I'd probably go with right now.
Fair enough. Big up to you, Josh. Thank you for coming on as always, bro. I'll talk to you. I'll see you at the match reaction most probably. Yeah. See you in a bit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Take care, see you later, mate. Bye. So we've got one more person to join me, and then we're going to finish off the show. And it is the infamous Ladimus Prime. Actually, Fator's here as well, but let's go to Fator quickly because he's at the game. Fator, what are you saying?
Yeah, you're good, yeah? Bro,
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Right, what are they doing? Are they protesting there?
Yeah. Hey, Chem.
Are you with the Minerals?
Yes, bro. What's happening?
Minerals!
How we doing?
I'm all right, son. I'm all right. Are you confident?
Up the fucking Chelsea, bro.
Are you confident? Are you confident with the team lineup today?
Confident or not? Yeah, of course I'm confident. No.
He's cut
Lukaku, bro. Proves the ball. The ball were forcing the gaffer.
All I heard was Lukaku, but I can't actually hear you. It's got a bad Wi-Fi there, man. That's annoying. But Fator,
huh?
We can't hear you properly. The Wi-Fi keeps coming and going.
Yeah, he said no Lukaku proves the board, no Lukaku 4 games in a row, though, Cam. No Lukaku, Werner started as well, even though he played a bad game on against Norwich. But hey, look what happened. Go on. Oh, for flip's sake.
I think he's cut out. I can't hear him. Anyway, Prime, you got a glitch. We heard a little bit. I couldn't hear much from it. But Prime,
Yo, bro, can you hear me?
yeah, where are you?
I'm on my way to watch the game at pub, so like I'm outside of it. It's a bit noisy, my bad. But
Yeah, you're go on.
But yeah, this lineup is. Do you not think it might? Remember when we played Spurs, and we were playing like a mix between a back 4 and a back 5, with Ziyech like playing wing back at times.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a 3 to be wing backs. It would have to be a 3. I think it's a 4 with Ziyech kind of covering that position. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I know,
I just think it'd be more. I think it'll be more inside. I think it'll play more closer to the front too. I think you'll see Mount and him try and link up in areas. They'll probably come next to each other when they can. And it's going to be down to us to break them down, mate. It's going to be down for us to break them down. No Lukaku again, Prime. What are you saying?
Yeah, no, that's fair. He doesn't, on merit right now, he doesn't deserve to start. It's interesting that Werner, again, I don't think he was that bad in the last game. He wasn't great. I just think he was kind of average, but fair enough. He comes in and plays. I think some of these guys, I mean, we're playing midweek against Lille, and that's kind of like, 2-0 already through essentially. But yeah, I don't personally have a problem with this lineup. I think as great as Newcastle have been these last 8 games, and this game won't be easy, we should still be good enough to beat them, the team that's out.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I'm going to say 2-0.
Fair enough. 2-0. And owners, Prime, just quickly, what owners are you looking at Chelsea from what you've seen? Who do you prefer?
The dream would be Elon Musk, because I think the way he, not only is he, like, I don't necessarily, obviously I care about the owners being rich, but, the valuation of our club, like, you're not going to be part as a billionaire, are you, buying a club like Chelsea? I want people who are, they don't necessarily have to have, per se, a love of the game, but they're great businessmen. So look at Elon Musk and all the businesses and stuff he's invested in, or he's part of, and how successful they are. That's why I'd love someone like him. Or the Todd Bowley guy, the American business owner, our businessman.
Your Wi-Fi's
he's come out.
going mad, Prime.
Yeah, sorry. The way he spoke about scouting and kind of using the analytics that Liverpool have used these last few years, I think that would be amazing, because these past 4 or 5 years with Roman, we haven't had the director of football, and it's really shown the signings we've made. Signings like Lukaku, like Bakayoko, Drinkwater, spending big money on these guys for stupid reasons. So that's what I want. I want a director of football.
Your Wi-Fi, I can't, because I can't hear, and they can't hear you properly as well. I can hear briefs of it, but it's not clear. So we'll have to stop it there. And when you come back to the match reaction, we'll talk about the owners more, yeah? About it. It's just that I can't hear you properly at the moment. All right, mate. I'll talk to you in a bit, yeah? Take care. Guys, we are, 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away from the show. I want to give you my quick predictions for the game. I do expect us to win. I still think that from that lineup, it's good enough to beat them. But we do miss Kovacic, and we're going up a team like Newcastle who are going to sit hard, 4-5-1. They're going to want us to move them. They're going to want people to be, to create space. So for me, it's one of the things of, we haven't got Kovacic that can create the space. So Jorginho and Kante are going to have to move the balls quicker into the Mounts and Ziyech, so that we can find the Havertzes that are going to have the movement. Because the movement's there. Werner and Havertz will make the runs. We know that. They'll run into the pockets of spaces and they'll try and make this hard. But we need to make sure that from the back all the way to the midfield and to the guys up front, that we move the ball quick enough. And if we do that and we shift them yeah, and the play's quick, then we'll do it. But I think the midfield, we'll have to see. I'm not going to say much. I think if it's not going to work and we're going to be slow, it's going to be because the midfield are not moving the ball quick enough, and that worries me slightly as well. But I am going to back Chelsea. I'm going to go over 2-0, maybe either a 2 or even a 3, but I'll go for 2 for now. Big up to Bex to smash the likes as well. Get this over 150 likes. Well, it's over 150. Try and get this to 175 likes. Before you leave a comment below. Yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know what your score predictions are. Make sure you subscribe because I think we've managed to get over 4.7k subscribers. Thank you very much for getting us to that. So that's a massive show today. Helped us do that. We're on our road to 5k. Let's narrow that down. I will be back for the match reaction. Well, either it'll be later tonight around 8 p.m. roughly in the evening, or it'll be tomorrow at my usual time, which is around 11, 12 o'clock, maybe 12 o'clock UK time. I'll let you know later as well. Just make sure you watch out on here. Make sure you hit the notification, hit the bell button below, because that lets you guys know when I'm live. That guys lets you know when I actually make a broadcast, when I'm live, and you don't miss anything. The panel will be back, so everyone will be involved as well. And up the Chelsea. Let's hope we get the win. We've got 3-1s, 3-0s, 3-0s, 3-4-0s, 3-0s. Absolute Chelsea tweeted quickly. You caught me just before I was about to leave. What's Absolute Chelsea said? What's Chelsea will hope to know the new owner in the next 10 days. Is that one? Here we go. A bit of breaking news for you guys before I leave. Bit of breaking news in regards to the ownership. Chelsea will hope to know the new owner in the next week. We'll hope to know the new owner in the next week to 10 days. Hopefully, you wouldn't expect anything to be official for less than 6 weeks. So it won't be official, but there will be an owner in place. Once the owner's in place, if there's a short-term financial issue that Chelsea have, I believe that the new owners will be able to fund that, which means we'll be able to get to the end of the season. Then you'll see maybe that the new owners are announced and whatever else that happens in regards to between that, maybe we can go back to normal ticket sales and contracts, sorting contracts of key players out as well. So there's a lot that could happen. So even though it can't be made official that that they are like the owner, it might be a case of that they know who the owner will be. They get it signed off. The government then starts releasing some of the sanctions or lightens some of the sanctions until May the 31st. That allows Chelsea to make it till that period. The new owner will probably invest some sort of funds to help it get there as well. We will continue playing games and hopefully we'll win some more trophies before the end of the season under Thomas Tuchel, which is what we will want to see, guys. Big up to everyone. Enjoy the game. I'll be back later on. Like I said, hit that bell notification. Up the Chelsea. Let's do this. Us against the world. Chelsea bring it home. And I'll see you again very, very soon, guys. Peace out.